Happy Wednesday. It's a new month, so we're back at the beginning. Proverbs 1. This month, though, I'm going to spice it up a little bit. We're going to do the King James Version this month, being that we did the NIV last month. So more than likely with this, I'll probably just fluctuate between the two, or just stick to the King James if everybody is up to speed in reference to the lingo in King James. That should be good. All right. Verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtly to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. These verses are the reasons for the Proverbs, okay? So now this is just in reference to listening to wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if a sinner entice thee, consent thou not. That means don't entertain it. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find precious substance, we shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, let us all have one purse. So they basically was, the bad people, basically, he's referring to the bad people when they try to get you to be on board with doing bad stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, it's just a reference for that. It's saying don't entertain it, don't feed into those people. So you know what this kind of reminds me of? The perfect example for that would be like Tangled with Eugene and his two buddies, the twin guys who he was like going around stealing with. Right, that perfect example. Cause y'all see how they switched up on Eugene with the mama for pennies on the dollar. See, and that go back to that other proverb because when you dealing in shady business, that's the least people to deal. That's the least type of people to trust. I'm so serious because in reality, right, they might be cutting you in on the shady deal in front of your face, but behind your back and in their heart, they might take you out for your cut. You never know, depending on, whatever. But y'all know how that go. When you dealing with shiesty people who don't operate on integrity, yeah, real shady dealings can take place where you get crossed up and whatnot. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain. which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. And that reminds me, again, with that movie, Bitterness of Misery, with the lady, how she spent multiple years trying to cause mischief and mayhem in that guy's life to make him miserable for her greedy gain. Because the moral of why she did what she did was, okay, the husband, the pastor guy who she was married to, right? They had bread, they was wealthy, whatever. For her, she wanted to stay in that lifestyle. So that was even, first of all, why she married him. She never married him for love. She married him for his bread. All right, boom. So with her marrying him for his bread, they end up having kids. Coincidentally, it's all girls. And, his family is like, yo, you having all these girls, like, you're useless. Because, I don't know, that's like a thing over there, to have like a guy son or whatever. Well, to have a son. So, a guy son, because nowadays they want you to have women's son, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, so the guy son. So in order for her to have a son, she went to a voodoo priest, and the voodoo priest told her that she had to sleep with the guy whose life she made a live in hell to have a baby, the boy. She seduced him. He rejected her. Because he rejected her, she sought to make that man life a living hell. And that's in reference to the net being spread and her laying wait for her own blood and her own life, because as much as she tried to make that man miserable, it didn't work. And when she heard him say out of his mouth that he still found joy through all the hell she put him through, she literally died on the spot, because she was like, she just couldn't take it, But anyway, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. This is wisdom saying, I've tried to introduce myself, you rejected me. So she says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproofs. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of the fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear and evil.